Victor Wembanyama is this close to being the best player in the world. It is October 22nd, 2025, the second day of the NBA season, the 25-26 season. And Victor Wembanyama just exploded for 40 points, 15 rebounds, 3 blocks. He only missed 6 shots. That man is this close to being the best player in the world. It ain't even. It's scary almost now. What I think Victor Wembanyama is about to do to the league. The only kryptonite and thing I feel like would get in Victor Wembanyama's way is health. If this man is able to even to stay relatively healthy and play 65 games, 70 games, right? If he's able to do that, man, the Spurs might be a top 6 team in the West, bro. And I'm gonna tell you what really flipped and changed some things for me when it comes to Victor Wembanyama is that he's not settling anymore. I made a video a while back where I was talking about how if he figures X, Y, and Z out, then we're having a whole nother conversation about Victor Wembanyama. And what he is doing now, I don't know if you've seen the clips that have been going around of the Kevin Garnett's, the footage going around of him working out with Olajuwon and all of these things, but that shit is translating. KG even said on the show, he said what Wemby is doing is seeking knowledge and trying to play the game in a way that's never been done, where he's mixing force with finesse. And I couldn't think of a better way than explain it than what KG said than watching that game tonight and what he did to the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, he shredded them. He killing AD. I mean, he is murdering AD, and there's nothing AD could do about it. Then you put Lively on him, cooking him. They switching. You too little. These other dudes 7 feet, and they too little. You damn sure too little. It didn't even look like the Dallas Mavericks had 2 7-footers out there, let alone the third one that they got that was sitting out. And the most scary part about it is that the Spurs were doing all of this without De'Aaron Fox. And what Wemby finally did is he said, yeah, I'm still going to shoot the 3. I'm still going to show you this handle, but I'm also going to remember that I'm 7'6". And that once I get stronger like I've done, and now I can take the bump or even initiate the contact, there's nothing you can do about it, because once I even get relatively close to the rim, I'm stretching out, don't even got to jump, and I'm dunking that motherfucker on your head. Nothing AD could do about it. Nothing Lively could do about it at 7 feet. Like, he is a freak of nature now. He realized it. He went and spent time with the monks. He went and did the work and all of the things he did on his spiritual journey over these last 8-9 months when he found out about the blood clots and got stronger and got bigger and got better, and footwork is immaculate and still shooting the 3, but not as at a high at the same volume in which he was doing before. The handle was crisp. I mean, handling the ball like a 6-foot point guard. A Chris Paul type handle, not, don't quote me on that, right? But like a handle like in a elite guard, the size, which is just alien-like, but then also now you have the strength and the shot. What do you take away? What do you do? And then now what's happening is that, man, coach over there in San Antonio, Mitch, I believe, Mitch Richmond, man, don't quote me on that. What's this guy's name, man? I just went blank. Let me look, cause no, I gotta know that. That's my fault. Not real, cause I gotta know that. Coach Mitch Johnson, excuse me. So you got Mitch Johnson is coaching his ass off, and now the Spurs have a team that is really fucking good. Yeah, Victor had 40, but Stephon Castle is looking like a star. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, he was the rightful rookie of the year, and coming into his second year, it's gonna be really hard for Coach Mitch, to take the ball out of his hand. It's gonna be really hard for him to say, D Fox, give you the ball back. But then again, is it because now you can put Stephon Castle off the ball, then you can have Champagne coming back off the bench. So now you're going D Fox, you're going Vassell, You going Castle, you going Wemby, and then you going Harrison Barnes. Then you still got Sohan coming off the bench. You got Keldon Johnson coming off the bench. You got the other 7-footer that came from Boston. Slipping my mind right now. You got the other 7-footer that came from Boston coming off the bench that's going to give you some valuable minutes. That's solid. Don't forget you got a vet in Kelly Olynyk. You got Luke Cornett. That's what I was thinking of. You got so many pieces that can give you quality minutes. Like the Spurs team is actually really fucking good. In a gauntlet of the West, they just made it even more of a gauntlet. Because what they just did to the Mavericks, Lord Jesus. AD started trying to get going late. Flag was less than impressive, and I think he was kind of overshadowed tonight by a guy like VJ Edgecombe, who, was fucking hooping. The most by a rookie debut in this century. That's tough. That's fucking tough. Even Dylan Harper had a really, really good game for those guys over there at the Spurs. Forgot about him. Dylan Harper coming off the bench, who could easily be a starting point guard in this league. The Spurs really got something. Man, I'm excited to watch them, man. And see how they continue to grow and develop, and imagine what they look like when D Fox come back. And Coach over there can do Coach Johnson can do so many things with his team, and so many lineups he can throw at people. And he got size, and he got quickness, and he got guard play, he got shooting, he got people that can put on the floor and score. He got a lot of things. Even when you talk about a guy like Castle, he's going to be really scary. The only thing his downfall is the shooting, right? If he figures that part out, then it's even scarier for people, right? I'm just looking at my notes and making sure I didn't miss anything, right? Talking about the Maverick side of things real quick. I get what Jason Kidd is trying to do, putting Cooper Flag at the point, and wanting kind of a scoring punch coming off your bench with a guy like D'Angelo Russell. I get it. But at the same time, and this is only a sample size, right? I'm not gonna overextend, Cooper Flag or anything. I think he still is a great guy that can win the Rookie of the Year race. But VJ Edgecombe definitely made a statement tonight when it comes to that topic. But I get what Jason Kidd is trying to do, putting Cooper Flag at the point, right? Point forward, kind of what he did with Giannis. But I think even Charles Barkley, made a great point where he's kind of overcomplicating it right now, I think. And you might have to go ahead and move D'Angelo Russell into that starting position right now, so Cooper Flag can also be in some positions where he can he can be off the ball and be able to catch, rip, and go, right? Or be in transition and running and take those 2 dribbles and go dunk it, or you get to that little mid-range pull-up that he likes, or even shooting the 3 that he's been doing a little bit. So I think he's going to have to find a way to get him more off the ball. And even if you're going to keep him being this point forward, they got to get into some actions where he initiates the offense, but then he'll come off of a screen. He'll go set a screen and come off of a screen, or he'll pop back out, and now it's ISO on his side of the court, or he's getting a 2-man game with AD, or just something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like he got to be in some positions where positions on the court where he can succeed and be able to play his game, because him being able to having to dribble the ball up against full pressure every time, everybody's looking at him, that loading up on him, all of these things, him initiating the offense every single time and having the ball in his hands a lot, that's going to be hard for him to show all that he can do, if that makes sense. He can't go offensive rebound like that, and so many other things that he does really, really well. I don't know. I get what Jason Kidd is trying to do. Again, I said I know it's just a sample size. He experiment. I don't think Jason Kidd is the type of guy that's going to die on the sword. I think he'll make adjustments. He might try D'Angelo Russell starting eventually. We'll see, right? But yeah, man. Victor Wembanyama is very, very close to being the best player in the world. Cooper Flag, my quick thoughts on him. I don't think he had a bad game. I think he was the type of guy where he's not too messed up about scoring like that. He's not like a VJ Edgecombe who was just crazy athletic and had the ball in his hand a whole lot, playing off the ball and being able to score. And then you had a true point guard over there like Tyrese Maxey who can score and facilitate. So it makes it much easier for a guy like VJ Edgecombe to do what he need to do. So you kind of can't compare the two in that regard, but I think Cooper is a very selfless guy. He kind of reminds you of a guy like, I can go give you 30. I can go give you a double-double. I can guard the best player. I can rebound. He's that guy, right? And so that's what you expect from him. I think he rebounded the ball really well. But I think they'll figure it out. And we get Kyrie Irving back, then you can really truly see what this Maverick team can be, which is a really fucking good team. I don't think that is no longer true, but I think the biggest takeaway for me was just what Wemby was doing to anybody they put in front of him. The way he made AD look normal on both ends of the court. If I'll be honest, I remember even one shot, AD, came down, hit him with a little jab, got to his spot, and tried to pull up and fade. And I think even though Wemby didn't block it, I'm almost positive because AD airball that Wemby just putting his hand out bothered AD, right? Who was 7 feet himself. So that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Where he airball, right? I mean, I think for one point in the game, he's like 3 for 14 with like 11 points or some shit. So, yeah, I think that really shook up some things in my opinion. But, man, I'm so happy the NBA is back. I've said that in my last video. But the moral of the story, the Spurs are going to be very scary. The West is a fucking gauntlet. I just saw where Anthony Edwards had fucking 41 tonight. Like, the West is a gauntlet. The Clippers fucking stink. They got blew out by the Jazz. What the hell? But I'm also thinking that the NBA is going to be in this landscape where any given night anybody can lose. I don't think it's going to be. I think you'll still have those bottom of the barrel teams, of course. Charlotte looked good tonight. Like, there were some really good things going on around the league, man. Celtics still look competent. Derek White, I think, may be an all-star, even though they lost tonight. Again, VJ Edgecombe is going to be in that rookie of the year race, probably top 2, if not the winner. What's some other things that stood out to me real quick? I want to make a separate video where I talk about this thing, and I'm going to leave you with this cliffhanger before I go. Is it possible that Donovan Mitchell needs to consider being a number 2 option, kind of like D-Wade did when they became the Heatles? Yes, D-Wade did win as a number 1 option. I'm not taking that away from him. No disrespect. All right, we know who D-Wade is. But D-Wade understood that after winning that one in that 2003 year, which was perfect for him, as time went on, he started to realize, all right, being a number 1 option is hard. Kobe is Kobe. Spurs are the Spurs, all right? The Celtics were the Celtics. All of these things, he realized that, and he said, man, I can't do it alone because these dudes not doing it alone. So, yeah, I got to be okay with moving to a number 2 option. And for Donovan Mitchell, he keeps running into the Celtics of the world, right? Then you ran into a well-oiled machine like the Pacers, right, who can beat you with 4 or 5 dudes, right, which goes to depth, right, and great coaching. Even when he was in Utah, right, and they were losing to premier stars like a Kawhi and a PG, and you kept running into LeBron those years, and all of these things, like, that's tough. You know what I'm saying? You ran into I remember he ran into the Nuggets one year, if I'm not mistaken, and got put out. Was that in the bubble? If I'm not, or again, my point is this man has never made it to an Eastern Conference Finals. Ever, right? Let alone a finals. And so, is it time for him to maybe consider becoming a number 2 option? And I want y'all to think about that. I want y'all to answer that question for me, and let me know what you think about the overall video and this take, because I do indeed think that Wemby is so close to becoming the best player in the world, and it's very scary for the world. But yeah, man, I love y'all, man. Be sure to like and subscribe to this video. I appreciate y'all tuning in to Skybox Conversations, and I love y'all dearly, man. Peace. Yeah.